I thought our team did a really good job being resilient, especially in the second half. I thought defensively for 4 quarters, I thought played awfully hard, played productive, did a nice job. Offensively, obviously, you can't give the ball away. And right now, we've got a major league problem where we got to fix it because that's not going to win you championships. I thought UConn played hard, thought they would, knew they would, because their coach is a damn good coach, and they executed some things very well defensively and some things offensively. I was just happy. Obviously, we're happy to win, but I thought the way our kids responded in the second half.
You want to start, John? You got anything?
Sure. Obviously, you mentioned the turnovers, 8-3 in the last couple of weeks, and yet you're 2-0. What can you change without cutting back on the offense?
Yeah, I don't think it's as much that. To be honest with you, you can't be loose with the ball, and we do that a little bit too much. And we just, the first interception was tipped today, and anytime that happens, I have a hard time sometimes putting it right on the guy who threw the football. But we just got to keep working and being conscious of how we're handling, the situations at times. Throwing the ball out of bounds is pretty good. You get the ball back, or you can punt. And, Matt punted really well today. And, we've just got to keep running home that message.
Brady, the offensive line in the first half was,
I don't know if how much.
Your thought on that?
Yeah, I don't know if it was so much. I think it was more out in the perimeter, to be honest with you. The perimeter blocking either receiver-wise on their support people or tight ends not doing, on the stretch play. It didn't really start getting the way you wanted it until a little bit later in the second half. And Fitz did a nice job of being patient with it and then finding a seam. Do I think we got enough push overall? No, probably not.
Chris?
Pass rush really seemed to step up, especially late. Can you talk about how critical that was and the 1 for 11 on third down for them?
Yeah, well, I think that's something, a week ago we weren't real happy with. And, rushing the passer, I can't tell you how hard that Greg's worked with those guys. And it's nice to see some of that taking place, some of those lessons and some of the fundamentals and the techniques. We still got a long way to go.
Zach?
Devin's a pretty confident guy, and when he's having a game like this that maybe isn't going all his way, do you or Al or anyone else have to say something to him to keep him up?
I talk to him every time he comes off the field, whether it's, we scored and he made one of those plays that he has the ability to make or a bad play, it's trying to be consistent, because I think your quarterback has to be consistent. And, it's a little bit, I think, to be honest with you, there's a lot of learning going on, and there's a lot, that we put on his shoulders. And I think he keeps learning every time he goes out.
Right here. Pat?
So, can you talk about the one-handed interception? Did you think that was the turning point and then the defense from that point on?
Yeah, it obviously was some momentum, gave us some momentum, and Dez really, pushed deeper in the drop, which is what we needed. They're very good at throwing a dig or really a skinny post. I think that's I think the quarterback throws it great, and he got a little deeper on it and makes a great play. And he was a high school quarterback, running back, so I thought he went back to those days and was just running around.
Mark?
Brady, last week, you guys said it was a lack of focus, and that was the reason you guys were in a dogfight this week. Is that still a fair assessment?
I don't know. I mean, it was an away game with 38 guys, first and second year players, and against a team that has a very good coaching staff. You know, we all are trying to figure out where we're at as a team. I don't know, Mark, if it would be that. I like how they responded, though. That's the, I guess, the positive about it.
Within the game?
Yes. Yes.
Everett?
Fitz seemed to really carry the offense, especially towards the end of the game. Just kind of the performance you've been waiting to see out of him.
Yeah, you know, and it's as much out of him, but also out of the offensive line, you know, and getting some movement. And I thought Jake Butt did a nice job when he came in. You know, he's a little bigger of a tight end in some ways, not than AJ, but, you know, at the wing, I thought he did a nice job.
Angelique?
Brady, you said it's a month in now, and you said you've got a long way to go.
Yes.
You've got major problems that you need to fix. Does the bye come at a good time, and are these problems, these major league problems, fixable soon enough before the?
Yeah, I think so. I think they are, because I think number one, I think I know our team. We know our team. They realize the things that they need to do better, and you know we've got to give them the tools to do those things better. That's our job, and we'll do that.
Next?
Brady, 4 weeks in, 2 close calls. You said a couple of months ago you liked this football team. You still like this
Yeah, I
as
do.
much as you did then?
Yeah, I do, because they were close calls, and they won them.
Zach?
You said the mistakes that are being made are fixable, and so like the team, you have 2 weeks to prepare now for Minnesota. How far off do you think this team is heading into Big Ten play from where you want them to be?
That's not a fair question, because I would say they're a long way away, but that's probably not true.
Well, why? I'm a little confused.
Because if you've been around me like you have enough, it's never going to be good enough.
Over here, Chris?
Decision to put Drew back on punts, is that just a veteran thing?
Yeah, it was. It really was. And, you know, I think tonight, a couple reasons. You know, their punter in the 2 previous games sprayed the ball around a little bit. And to have a guy who has, you know, that experience, we thought was good. And then with the wind conditions, we thought that also to have him back here was a good idea.
Last question?
Devin? Go ahead.
No?
Go ahead. It's your birthday.
Birthday.
It's your
yeah,
birthday.
birthday.
No, I'm sure that Mark's is much more intelligent, but not, are you surprised at this point, though, with the number of turnovers you've had through 4 games?
To win 4 games?
And
With
but
that
just to
number of
have that kind
turnovers?
Carelessness, I think is maybe a fair word to use.
That's probably fair. No, yeah, I'm very surprised.
And Devin now, I mean, he's got a number of interceptions. Are you worried about how you go forward with him? I mean, how do you keep him from maybe overthinking things?
That's probably the best advice, is to make sure he doesn't overthink things.
So I should be coaching the team now?
No. No. You used to try and coach the punters, remember?
Yeah.
Just, Devin said that you guys need the bye weeks to get healthy. Is there anyone who's banged up that you can
Well, I'm
talk to?
sure he's banged up. I mean, he took some licks, and, you know, sometimes he puts himself in that position because he's competitive and he's trying to get that extra yard. But I'm sure it's football, you know.
No one's severely
No.
past that class one?
No.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.